Hey, bitch ass.
Yeah. Yeah, they look right back at us.
Right. I got you, Milk. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, safe use. No.
Keep flying. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spirit of the Lord.
Yeah.
That Jake, I guess, Jake venting out his hate. I'm tired of you, I'm tired.
Yep.
And he was venting out his hate towards the Edomites, man.
Yep. Man, Kyle Lyons,
You know?
A few more verses on this. Verse 11, it says, "Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins."
Hey, these women have lived carelessly, man. I'm talking about jumping from man to man.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Sad.
That's dangerous, bro. You know, a lot of these women right out here, man, they're harbingers of diseases. They don't even know it. They just measure diseases on one another.
I saw an article out here in Texas, Fort Worth, Tarrant County, that the AIDS and like the disease rate is high as a motherfucker, man.
Right. Same thing in Houston.
Yep.
Same thing in Memphis.
I ain't trying to fuck out
It's
nothing.
in Jackson, Mississippi. Why is that? Because there's a lot of loot that's going on, man. Starting with what? Starting with feminism. Starting with feminism, along with feminism, coming with what? Sexual exploitation, right? Sexual freedom. And that was all off the backs of you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man.
You know what's crazy? And then mixed with Christianity. Because you'll go to Christianity, okay, so for instance, like a Muslim so-called religion. They strict with their rules, right? So they'll convert from a so-called Muslim to being a Christian because being a Christian, you can do what the fuck you want to do. You see what I'm saying? You can become homoed out. So the Christians, yeah, like you can do what you want to do. That's why everybody say I'm a Christian, because you liberal at the end of the fucking day.
Right.
Fucking moron.
Do with that will spirit, man.
Right.
That do whatever you want to do, spirit. Just believe in Jesus. Make sure you go to church the next day.
Man.
Or listen to TD Jakes.
Oh, you see what the Lord did to him?
Right.
Shortly after because like 2 or 3 years ago, or like a few years ago, he was, I kind of respected him a little bit. TD Jakes, I kind of like, I know this dude kind of all right. Remember like about 3 years ago or so, he was going in on the Moes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
He was pulling out the scriptures and everything, which I know he was watching us. TD Jakes, I'm talking about. You were infatuated with a man's hair. What's wrong with you? God, TD Jakes.
Yeah.
He sounded like he was really emulating us. He was trying to emulate us. Then all of a sudden, he just did the whole flip flop.
P. Diddy came out on it. P. Diddy came out on that ass.
He did the whole flip flop, and then all of a sudden, he got up there and said, "It's okay
Yeah.
for the
Yep.
homosexuals." No, he said the homosexuals are welcome to my church. TD Jakes. And what happened to him? It's like what, a month ago last year, he got a goddamn heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Almost dropped dead right on the damn thing, man.
Yeah.
See what the Lord is doing?
So he was partying with people too.
Nasty. And that backlash from the women.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of the women are a major part of his congregation. He gonna lose that money. So he had to try to make a little U-turn, try to.
But it's amazing when these women, especially the black women in particular, they endorse homosexuality. But the majority of
Christianity.
black women are single. And they're miserable, they're lonely, they don't have a man. And I know for a fact that it's all over social media. I watch videos and now, brother, all I do all day is watching videos, and I use that for videos. These black women, they on social media crying about the black man is with the white woman, they're with the other, the passport bros, blah, 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 blah. They hate themselves. They don't want us black women no more. And they say, oh, well, the only black men that's they gay. They gay. You know, shame it. That's what the black woman do. Like if you don't go according to her narrative, then she's shame. Okay, you're gay. So, my question, and I want y'all to answer this. You brothers in the comment board. My according to the black woman, if you don't want her, you're gay. Does that sound like an insult?
Yeah.
It's a little.
That sounds like an insult, right?
Right.
If I don't want your 350-pound ass, I'm gay. Right? Okay. Okay. Fine, right? I'm gay. But then the same black woman will turn around and support and endorse homosexuality. So here's the question. Is it wrong to be gay or is it right to be gay? Make up your mind. Which one is it? Can anyone of them tell me? Because if a black woman try to holler at you, like, I'm good. Oh, he must be gay. Right. Wait a minute, you said that in the context of an insult. Like basically, so what you're saying that it's wrong to be gay.
Yep.
Right? It's wrong. No. I snubbed you. So your retort was, oh, you must be gay. You don't want this. You must be gay. Right?
Right.
That's what they'll say. That's what a black woman will say to you, right? She might be digging on you, but you ain't digging on her. Ignore her. He must be gay, right?
Right.
So wait a minute. So it's bad to be gay? I mean, does that mean it's bad? But then that same psychotic lunatic, deranged, will turn around. I'm gay, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. That's that Christianity, man.
But then her fucking son,
Telling you.
she'll have a son that's fucking gay, right? Her nephews are gay.
Right. Uncle Henry, yep.
But you're trying to shame another black man for being gay because he don't like you.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And you know what? Let's say, forget about the white woman thing. He might not even like white. He might like black women.
Just don't like you.
He just don't like your ass.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't want the white woman. Then Jake, there's a lot of Jake that's still into the black woman. Nah, man, I'm into black women, but not you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Can I read this apostle real quick? Because ultimately this is gonna lead.
I'm sorry, I had to make these points.
It's all Robert.
Ultimately, this is going to lead
Jesus
to the judgment
juice.
that the Lord is getting ready to bring. Because it's not going to be pretty, man. Like what the Lord is getting ready to do to our people, it's not going to be anything. Like it's going to be worse than anything we've ever seen, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this real quick. Isaiah 32:9. Could that be the link to fall of feminism? Right. So it says symbolic link to the fall of feminism. This can be interpreted as a warning to a generation of women who have grown self-sufficient,
Yep.
secure in their independence, and perhaps disconnected from traditional roles or responsibilities. Some critics of modern feminism argue that it has encouraged complacency or entitlement under the guise of empowerment.
Christianity and feminism brought them at ease.
Yep.
Because in Christianity, you could do what you want to do.
Right.
Mixed with that feminism, that feminist, whatever they call that shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you got it.
It says the prophecy warns that in a year and some days, and then my Bible says many days over a year,
Yep.
hardships will come, symbolized by failed harvest and mourning. Spiritually applied, this could represent the societal consequences of rejecting the Most High's design for gender roles.
Say that again.
Yep, I got you.
Perfect.
It says, spiritually applied, for the bench is failing, this could represent the societal consequences of rejecting the Most High's design for gender roles.
Right. So that's what's been pushed here, man. Right. Really a non-binary society, to where women could be in any role and men could be in the role, man. This is why there's such a big placement on that when it comes to teaching your children that, man. Because they're indoctrinating your children to really embrace fusion.
Right.
Right? And because of that, guess what? The Most High is going to destroy this man's friends. The vengeance is going to fail. This way of life that we know right now, it's going to drastically change. It's going to happen very quickly. It's going to happen very quickly. Very quickly. these tariffs are going to affect certain foods,
Oh yeah.
certain raw materials. Certain things are going to be very difficult to obtain, man.
Right.
Which is going to affect certain sectors of the economy. I'm thinking about the transportation industry now. It's already getting knocked the hell out.
Yep.
It's going to be even harder to make a buck in there, man.
China talking shit too.
Yeah.
I watched the video today.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if that's the prime minister of China. He got to be the top guy on one of the. He said, "Look, they learned so many words. He pretty much told Trump the United States to go fuck themselves."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're not
I
backing
was
down.
watching the video. That was this morning.
Yep.
He said, "Look, we don't need the United States. We've been around for China has
Yeah,
been
we don't-
around for 5,000 years."
This is around 400.
They tried to insult us, told us farmers, yes, okay, but we haven't been here for 5. United States, we have been here 200 years.
Right.
He said, we don't need you, fuck you.
Good.
Now, he didn't use profanity, but that was his tone. That's
Right.
pretty much what he said.
It's getting more and more apparent.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That there's friction between, you know what I'm saying, Babylon the Great and the other nations. The other nations are basically saying that they are strong. Joel, with the 3rd chapter. These other nations are saying that they are strong. They're gearing up to come up against this place.
I
We
mean,
know
they're
that.
coming against Canada. Ain't no president, since I've been alive, brother, and I'm 52, since I've been on the earth, I've never seen I've lived through a few presidents. I've never seen a president fuck with Canada. This nigga's on some
Yeah.
shit.
Your neighbor? That's your neighbor. Like,
Right.
damn.
Right. He's trying to. What's going on is it's a race towards what we always bring it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, the technology that's going to control Revelation 13 and 16. You know, so they had to slow America with these trade deficits, right? And with the strength of the American dollar, it's slowing down these other nations. A lot of these other nations, they're not going to be able to sustain themselves in this trade war.
Right.
So they're going to come to the table with Trump. So really, in a lot of ways, America has weaponized the American dollar with sanctions.
Yep.
This is going to be how these other nations are going to basically come up against this place because of its tyranny, like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. You know what I'm saying? You got something out?
I had to get to there.
Yeah.
This sounds
I know.
wrong.
No, go ahead.
This is Joel 3, verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
That's right.
Let all the men of war draw near."
That's right. Hey, the EU basically told its citizens, hey, you guys need to stock up and get ready for harder times
Yep.
because it's around the corner. Russia was telling this people that years ago, China years ago.
Right.
But for some reason, this place here is still dormant.
Boy.
This majority of these people, they're still asleep.
Right.
They're thinking about getting home and binge watching their favorite show on Netflix,
Right.
or Hulu. Watch the reruns of Roseanne. You know what I'm
right?
saying? In the Al Bundy spirit, get home and drink a beer and complain about your gal, but they ain't gonna leave her.
Right.
Gorilla simping. Right? They're not thinking about the times that's coming. But these other nations, guess what? They're getting their nations ready for what? For war. And you men here in America, you in your soft girl era. Trying to be cute.
That's right. So back in Joel 3, in the end of verse 9, it says, "Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears."
So those tools for agriculture, guess what? Agriculture is going to slow down. The government is going to uptick the military department.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, you already see that happening here in America. When America says, "Well, hey, we're giving out these, funding to Ukraine," it's not just physical money. They're giving them military gear that costs thousands of dollars
Right.
technology. What's wrong with you? One. But you know, though, if we was in New York, that would be all day long.
All day long.
That would have been it.
But I can't believe it, man. I left New York to get away from that shit.
Some niggas moved here.
Them niggas moved here. Yeah.
They moved here.
I left motherfucking New York. I thought I was gonna get away from this shit. I feel like I'm back on 34th Street.
Right. Yeah.
First Street way worse
But
than
Ukraine, these are these Ukraine guys. They cost tens of thousands of dollars, man.
Fucked out.
So even here in America, what they're upticking in the production of military artillery.
Yeah.
And these other nations are too. They're making pacts with one another. We like to bring out BRICS, which is more of an economic pact. But you better believe that could be seen as a military pact too, because they have a country. It's not a developed country like Europe, the European countries, like Australia, like America, but it's esteemed to get on that level. And you notice there's tiers to this. You know, the developed countries are usually European, right? Those that are kind of developed but still have their old ways, Ishmael, and then it's the Asians, man. The Asians still playing catch up. Moab and Ammon, they're still playing catch up, man. Right? And with these military, these economic pacts that China has with America, and vice versa, right? China is able to actually harm this place,
Right.
economically speaking, man.
They got nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
China, North Korea got nuclear capability. China, Iran. So China's not intimidated by the U.S. at all. Never have been.
And that's why, like, linking up to what they're going into, Revelation 18 chapter. Like, that's why when America falls, everything
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Everything gonna crash. You know, he wants to defund 50% of funding to NATO, man.
Yep.
50% of funding to NATO. That's a lot of money, because you gotta think America is the top bread spender, for lack of a better word, to NATO.
Yeah.
You see? And that's how, like, like France, Great Britain, you know what I'm saying? These different NATO nations, they rely upon America for funding to weaponize their countries for protection.
Mm-hmm.
So if America's like, you know what, we're gonna scale back on our spending, what do you think that's gonna cause these different NATO nations to do? That's gonna lead to Revelation 17. They're gonna hate the Lord, man.
That's right.
They're gonna start making different deals with different other nations
each other.
outside of America, which is gonna isolate America
Yep.
and Israel to ultimately bring forth judgment. That's, you literally see what the Lord is, like the Lord is doing it, man. You see it. It's like a movement.
At some point, brother, the end gotta come.
Yeah, you got it.
Second Ezra, the 9th chapter. Right? Y'all can get that if you want to. In your pocket. Y'all want to work it out, but I mean, this is pretty much backing up what the officer said. Like, hey, bro, like, come on, man. Y'all think we gonna be here forever, coming out here on the street? Like, you know, we gonna be catching hell. Y'all think this is all going? Bro, it seems like forever, but it's gonna happen. Like you always say, man, in real time. The Lord gonna do shit in real time. And you see it. It's like watching a movie. Every morning I watch the news and I go on YouTube and I be like, oh.
That shit is happening.
Right.
It's happening.
This thing is really happening.
It's happening.
It's really happening. You understand? The Lord said he's not a man that he should lie, man.
Yep.
That's right.
Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So we're able to go through contemporary news, get good news, what's right. Well, I should say, what's the truth and what's a lie, right? What's going to happen, what's not going to happen, because of the understanding of the scriptures, which was bestowed unto us by Yahweh, by Shemiyah Shah, apostles and bishops on down. Man. It's really not low key. I just have to say low key. It's very powerful to understand this, right? With us understanding what the MOTB is, we understand the importance of knowing what AI is, what it would correlate it to. If we didn't have that understanding what the MOTB is, we wouldn't know the fourth industrial revolution and what that is and what that all embodies. We wouldn't understand that.
Right.
But we know that because of the scriptures. Look what's going on, geopolitically speaking. Right? These other nations are bucking up against this place. And we understand that that's prophecy.
Right.
We understand that the other nations, that NATO is going to eventually hate the horde, Babylon the Great. Why is that? Because of understanding of the scriptures there. Diligently searching.
It's the spirit of prophecy. That's the testimony of Yahweh Shai, was the spirit of prophecy, man. Knowing and understanding these prophecies, which that's like the elder mentioned, that's a gift, and that's really, it's the first form of spiritual power, man, because it gives you a glimpse into the future.
Right.
You literally look into the future when you read the scriptures with the understanding that Yahweh Shai gives you. He opens your eyes and enlightens your eyes for you to be able to see. That's why the scripture says that a prudent man will foresee the evil and he will hide himself. How you gonna hide it? You literally gonna sit in your closet in your room and wait? No, you hide yourself via the scriptures, man. You hide yourself having an understanding of what's to come. Because not everybody's been granted or given that opportunity to know.
Right.
See, the Lord put a spirit of pretty much a callous mindset upon our people, man. And we're in a very, very privileged position to understand these scriptures the way that we do through the Spirit, man, which is a gift. It's a gift, man.
That only can happen if you're being reborn again. You can't see these things or perceive, because if you go in the word see in the Greek, it's to perceive in the mind. So, in other words, if you walking around the bitch on a carnal mindset, this is clearly over your head. That's why the scripture said he brought us to his marvelous light, and the word marvelous light goes into beyond human comprehension. You see? So you gotta be reborn again to see these things. If you're reborn, you're not gonna see these things at the end of the day.
That's right.
Habakkuk?
All right, back in 2nd Esdras chapter 9.
Yeah. Yeah, shit.
In verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right. And the judgment is going to happen. Right?
Right.
Everything that we see going on is really leading us up to when Yahweh Shai is going to return. So when we see these things in the news and things of that nature, we report on it and we filter through these scriptures to give understanding to our people of what's about to happen.
Right.
Right? Bad times about to happen. The people going to be in straits.
See?
Which going to lead people to what? Being, being in need, which is going to lead to what? Them taking the MOTB.
Beast mindsets.
Right.
Just killing one another like
Right.
amazing.
That's what's going to happen. All this, what you see is going on, is leading up to who the world ignorantly calls Jesus is returning. That's why his spirit is the spirit of prophecy.
Right.
Cuss your old ass out. Get
And the other nations,
bean bereaved.
you know what I'm saying, these Christians, they don't do that. They don't prophesy. They prophesy out of their own heart. Okay? So we're here to tell you what's about to happen.
Right.
And why there's so much turmoil in the Middle East, so much turmoil amongst nations. Well, ultimately, that's building up to who? Yahweh Shai returning. Right? Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, World War III, the third woe. Right? They'll fight one another. Then stopping the fight against the angels. All these things is what's happening in order for Yahushua to return.
Right.
Whoever have ears to hear, let them hear. Okay? Because war is prophesied in the scriptures.
Right.
This is what we're emphasizing right now.
Hey, because you had made a point in the Elder Bond. Yeah, what did you say? You said something about like what we know is far above like human comprehension.
Yeah, I said,
Like to know what we know.
yeah, the Lord said he brought them to this marvelous light. What's that, Peter's? What was that
If I'm not
at?
mistaken.
Yeah, it said beyond human comprehension.
Right. This Sirach 3 and 23 in the GNT. It says so don't concern yourself with. It's like I'm gonna jump over. Verse 22. It says concentrate on the law which has been given to you. You do not need to know about things that the Lord has not revealed. So don't concern yourself with them. After all, what has been shown to you is beyond human power to understand.
Right. You can't understand that you're having a carnal mindset. It's impossible. You gotta.
Going back to those secrets, like it says in Amos 3, man, the secrets revealed. What we know, man, is far above this earthly knowledge, bro.
Right.
You see, the Lord made.
A lot of brothers, they got their best, but for whatever reason they fall out and shit. There's gonna be a remnant that's gonna understand and this precious investment when it's time to cash out.
Got that word marvelous.
After being put on, like this brother said, hey,
Yeah,
the sky is not the limit. It's not the limit. In the kingdom to come,
That's your next lesson. Watch.
we're gonna have certain
I gotta feel it.
powers, that's going to allow us to go to different galaxies and planets, I guess.
Man, bro.
And many mansions. Think about the technology that's in the chariots and how we're going to be able to harness that on this earth, and how the elect are going to be able to help this earth actually grow. We put this in earth with 0 point energy. You'll be able to get into a chariot and land on Mars and have the technology to actually live on Mars without harming that planet.
Yep.
Ain't with no spacesuit.
Yeah, you better. No, man. You throw a pad down, something in the atmosphere to make it to where you could live there. Yeah. It's gonna be on another level, bro. Man. We can't conceive it. You know what I'm saying? But we have to understand what's going on right now, so we can understand to the future. Right? This is why understanding prophecy is so important. You know what I'm saying? Because right now what we see on the earth is a lot of turmoil.
Right.
And if you don't understand why this is happening, and you're a newcomer, man, hey, this could deter you.
Right.
The times that's coming can deter you.
Oh, so this.
It can cause you to be offended.
Oh.
Yeah.
Land back on another point, it can cause you to be offended, man.
Right.
That's why Yahweh Shah said, I've told you these things so that you would not be offended.
Yup.
See that? So you won't be offended because ultimately you know what time it is, you know what's to come. You understand and know that entering into the straight gate's not going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier said than done. But the only way that you can get through that straight gate is if Yahweh Shah is with you.
Right.
That's literally it. You know what I'm saying? You can know 95 breakdowns from the top of your head. If the Lord ain't with you, he ain't with you. You know? Right. That straight gate, man, it's gonna get. And we in the belly of the beast, but we gonna be in Babylon too.
Hey, and everybody that you're speaking to right now, all the brothers, man, we all catching hell, man. We all catching hell, bro.
Some level.
You know what I'm saying? Some more broken than others, some more can seem more died than others, but brothers catching hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are catching hell out here, brother. You know what I'm saying? But that's where you build your faith up in hell.
Right.
You don't build your faith up when everything is cool. You build your faith up when shit it's down and out. It don't look good for the home team.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? That's when your faith in your Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is gonna kick in. Versus that feeling of desperation, like, oh God, is there a God? Can you hear me? No, man. I know. You gotta weather the storm. That faith, those battles that you win now, right? That nobody sees, that's gonna lead to battles that you win that people see, bro.
Look at the generation of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in the Spirit and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
That's right. So you call on the Lord,
Right.
you can pray 10, 20 times a day. But if you don't believe the Lord is not dealing with you, yeah, that James, you know what I mean? Unrighteous man is unstable in all his ways. You know, you praying, but if you don't believe, then, you know, what's the point of praying? Wasting your time.
Right.
If you don't believe that you're a part of the elect, then what's the point of coming out of here? If you're trying to, or you still be a part of the elect, what's the point of coming out of here? You just waste your time.
And what the scripture says in Romans 14, he that doubteth is damned while he eateth. Because you know when you a part of this, when you out here, doing, preaching, whatever the case may be, you eat.
Right.
But if you don't believe, you already dead.
Right.
You know, you already, the Lord already marked you off. Because you don't believe that he is, man.
Right.
See, the Lord will put you in a position for you to believe that he can get you out of it.
Right.
Not yourself.
Right.
When you believe that you can just, you can just muscle through it on your own without the Lord, then you lost. You know? And there's going to be fights and battles that you're going to have to deal with.
Stay still.
Man.
Boy.
You stay still.
Right.
You trying to move. It's like spiritual quicksand. You trying to move and trying to get yourself out of the situation, it's making it more dire, more worse.
It's crack them over. Mexican get ahead and get comfortable. Yeah.
You know?
Job 5, start at verse 6. Although afflictions cometh not forth of the dust, neither do trouble spring out of the ground. Yet man is born unto trouble as the spark fly upward.
That's right. Hey, that's what Mr. T said for trouble man. It's an old, that's an old movie. Marvin Gaye had produced the soundtrack called Mr. T.
I didn't know that.
Yep. A lot of, because when you were born, man, hey, saying I have to say, when you born, man, hey, your life is filled with trouble, bro. Hey, look at Marvin Gaye, his life. As talented as his brother was, his father was a mow, cross-dresser, dresser. Always jealous of me, end up shooting. He lived a troubled life. You know, this is what is here in Babylon the Great, trouble.
Right.
But who will be resting? Resting Yahweh by Shem. You know what I'm saying? And know that he has everything under control. You fret not. Hey, can you get Psalms 37? Yeah, go ahead.
This Proverbs 3 and 5, just to back your point about the spiritual quicksand, you know what I'm saying? This Proverbs 3 and 5 in the MSG. It says, trust the Most High from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for the Most High's voice in everything you do.
Right.
Like the elder was saying, man, you're trying to get out this, you're trying to find your way out this quicksand, man, and you're just going deeper in, man.
Right.
You know? And for real, like, you gotta really literally, once you stop fucking moving, like, you know what I'm saying? You won't go, you won't sink. That's right. You know?
Hey, happy Good Friday, brother. Sometimes you could be in predicament and you trying to go here and go there.
Right.
You'll make it even worse.
Right.
By not just staying still. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, hey, you know what I'm saying, Ruben, we're gonna try to get it done.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta just sit down somewhere.
Sit
Just
your ass
relax
down sometimes.
and not fret. Most I don't like that.
Right.
Hey, man don't like that. Man don't like it when you fidgety and you always complaining. Like, this how that nigga be complaining. Nigga Mike complaining and shit, cuz.
Right.
Damn, what's up, Mike? Man, you heard about my girl, huh? You heard about that shit, huh? Man, that's fucked that nigga robbed me, man. Damn. Don't nobody want to be around that. Jake want to be around, you want to be around a winner. That was more so for the Heavenly Father. He wants you to believe in him.
Right.
I get
Shit, you can,
Psalm 20, Psalm.
when you're 37. Hey.
Sometimes, man, you don't gotta always say everything you think.
Right.
You don't gotta always say everything. He said this a few months back. I hate all this price. Ain't nothing but the black. Anyways, Elder Yashma, I'm about to say this. So you know what, man, sometimes you don't gotta always say everything. Sometimes keep shit in your head. with your woman.
Yes.
Even with your woman, because I'm learning that shit. Even after all these years, sometimes, you know, like sometimes, man, like you want to say something, like, man, you want to take it to the Lord. You know what I mean? Take it to the Lord.
Good advice, right?
That's it. I tell you, that's what I'm glad Trump didn't take right here. I'm glad Trump didn't take it out of here. It annoys me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, that's right. Hey, Todd, you guys in my brother?
I got you.
Psalm 27, verse 13 and 14, just back to the point. It says, I have fainted unless I have believed to see the goodness of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in the land of the living.
You said
Fainted.
Okay. Say the really.
Psalm 27:13, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Hey. Woo. Hey. Hey, because living this life right here, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, this life is very bleak.
Yeah.
Hey, more and more people, they're starting to, you know, prefer the spirit world versus living here. And if you're looking at your life and your family, and, you know what I'm saying, you know, on a very carnal level, it seems hopeless if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh by your Shem Yahweh Shai to give you understanding of what's going on, man. Go ahead, God.
Verse 14, last verse. It says, wait on Yahweh, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart.
That's right. So wait on the Lord, man. Right? Wait on Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. That's going to be your courage for you to go forward, especially in the times that we're coming in, man.
Right.
It'll get very serious out here for a lot of people.
Right.
And very quickly, savagery is going to come back on the planet Earth. Not savagery on the planet Earth, but savagery here in the Babylon the Great, man. I need to get that here beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Real shit.
You know, Satan got to always let us know he's around.
You know?
Yeah. There ain't nothing to say.
Ain't nobody but shit.
Oh, Jake.
You know?
Welcome to Babylon, brother.
Yep. All day, every day, man. You just attack this shit, bro. You barely lose one
I'm
time.
glad you said what you said. Savagery.
Savagery.
I'm glad you heard that.
Yeah.
I see.
Because when it comes, it's not going to see, like, you know, like y'all are cute people because it's fun to be cute right now. Because they can get away with it.
Right.
So it's fun to be cute until it's no longer fun.
Right.
See, if the Lord let them tornado tonight,
Then it
you
ain't.
know what? For the past couple of weeks, and 2 weeks ago, we was down here teaching. We always down here teaching. We had left, and there was a shooting down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, some motherfuckers got laid down down here. Spirit always had it.
We leave.
When we pack up the camp and leave, like just right after we leave out of here, that was about 2 weeks ago. We left, and I saw the news the following morning. There was a mass shooting down here. Some people got laid out. So the Lord is doing it, man.
Yeah.
See, and you know what? You know who it be? These same motherfuckers like that be up here coming to the camp acting cute. They probably be the same ones that be getting shot. Hey, so the Lord got it, man. Like you said, Mike.
Yeah, fret not.
Let the Lord do it. Pray to the Lord. Have faith. That's right. Have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's right. The Lord's gonna do what He's gonna do, man. That's it. All this being cute. That should only go so far. Right. It only goes so far until you in a fucking slab in the morning. Right. Then there's no more being cute. You a fucking
Cold piece of flesh.
Yep. Somebody cute on somebody's t-shirt. Yep. Right. With eggs and wings in the background.
Hey, that's fucked up. They got the bag.
You got some?
They got that plastic bag with all your belongings in it. That's what your whole life amounts to at that point. Your cell phone.
The Kroger bag.
Car keys. You know, when you dead on the slab.
That plastic and shit. I mean, that
your wallet, whatever, if you have all that. And that's
it.
bag. That's what your life amounts to right there.
Vanity, pretty much.
It's all vanity.
The same typical stuff. He raised his kids. You know, he went to school. Most people don't even have that now. Hey, when, if, you know, we pass away, at least, you know, people would say, hey, at least that man was doing the truth.
Yeah.
That man, you know what I'm saying? At least he was standing up for what he believed in.
We have a form of a legacy to leave behind for other brothers. You see what I mean? Like you said, that brother work, and your memory lives on in the heavens. You did?
Your works do follow you.
Your works do follow you. These people ain't got that. There we go. What did he do? He being a fucking boy.
Niggas skipping around.
Yeah.
Listen to the whale. Look at that one whale song. Jumbo.
No, but he wants attention. See, you gotta realize. He has a feeling. I hate them loud trucks.
Goddamn Mexicans, man.
I hope the Lord do something. Anyways,
Oh, my God, to a juggernaut.
he has a female black woman. You gotta realize these black mole niggas, they all go back to the black woman. He got a black woman spirit on him. You gotta realize you're dealing with a black woman. That's not a dude. He actually got a black woman. He thinks he's a black woman. He got a black woman spirit on him. And you know how the black woman want attention. So these moles, these nigga moles, it's not funny, but you're dealing with a black woman. You're not dealing with a man.
So you deal with, damn. And then androgynous motherfuckers.
Right.
That's all that is.
He came up because he wanted our attention.
That's what it was.
Sad.
Yeah, it's bad out here, brother.
So back in Job 5 and back in verse 6, it says, although affliction cometh not forth
time
of
out
the
for
dust,
this.
neither do trouble spring out of the ground. Yet man is born unto trouble as the trouble fly upward. I was seek unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
That's right. So trouble, you know, as soon as you are born here, trouble is in the midst. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have a remedy without your Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And understand the wild man keeps you playing on this. Keeps you playing really. Hey, your imagination is going wild in this world, bro.
Yeah.
You can be all day just chasing money, Dad, will never materialize. Chasing money, chasing a female, chasing all these things, these dreams, and ain't gonna materialize. Chasing a legacy that's not gonna be existing in the next few years.
Chasing a false reputation.
You know what I'm saying?
A shadow.
Brother, rich.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 11 in the GNT. A man who has no use for wisdom or education has a miserable life in store for him. He has nothing to hope for. His labors are useless. He will never accomplish anything worthwhile.
What we did.
Like the elder said, man, these people, they live their life, you know what I'm saying? And just in the end, like the apostle said, it's just a fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? That they phone and they wallet it. And that's it with them. You know what I'm saying? But when a man of the Lord, when a believer who's truly turned back unto the Lord and living his, you know what I'm saying, and living to the best of their ability according to the word, man, when they die, all right, they gonna have a bag too. But the works that they did on earth is gonna follow them into the heavens, man. You see, the scriptures talk about laying, because the whole time they lived their life on earth, they were laying up treasures in heaven, man. Versus these people laying up treasures on earth, that shit can't go with you, man. You see, what is it gonna do? It's gonna turn back into the elements, man. You see, but the works that we do in this truth, it's gonna follow us into the
Gonna carry on to the kingdom.
That shit, like, if you die, any of us, we're subject to that too. If you die right now, right? If I die, we die right now, bro. My truck that I love so much, somebody else gonna be driving that motherfucker. Okay, even like my clothes, that shit gonna go to the Salvation Army or whatever. My nice stuff that I like to wear, my jewelry. Somebody else gonna be wearing this shit. You dig? Your boots, if it's still good for anything, that shit gonna end up in the Salvation or in the garbage. Either or. Depending on your next of kin, your woman that'll throw that away, sitting next to the Salvation Army, right? Somebody else gonna end up wearing your shit. Whatever money you got, your woman or your kids or whoever gonna get that shit, You dig? It's all gonna go to somebody else. Somebody else gonna be having your shit. Even your woman. Your woman, another dude gonna be bouncing up, smashing it out. Come on, right? I dealt with a woman a couple of years ago, my ex before the woman I'm with now. The chick I was with back east, even my chick, she was married to a cop. And they were married for so many years. He got sick, he got sick and died. Right? But they were married for like, what, 17 years or whatever she said? Up like